Whoa, we're recording. What's up, guys? What is up? So we haven't done a podcast for a little bit, maybe like 3 weeks.
Something like that. You did the thing with Cameron.
Yeah, it wasn't really a podcast though. That's like our new series where I get to drive around in fancy cars and ask people questions and then talk about them. It's not such a podcast, but we are bringing a podcast to you this week. But we thought we'd come to you on this wonderful Monday and kind of tell you where we're at in our world, what we're doing with our e-com store. We're doing a little bit of affiliate marketing also.
Yeah, we mixed up the game.
Yeah, we're dabbling. We're doing a little bit of everything. 2018 is the year of diversity, which is wooden shit, if I'm mistaken.
Diversity and stability.
Diversity and stability. I don't know if anyone's going to get that wooden ship reference. I hope so.
I didn't even get it.
What? It's from Anchorman, dude. Will Ferrell's like, oh, diversity. Yes, it's an old wooden ship from the 1900s or 1800s.
I would actually buy into that. Discovery,
I think, is what they were talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know.
That's funny.
I ain't no history buff, but I do know Will Ferrell stuff. That's all my life is based off is shitty movie quotes.
I actually just realized you're wearing a Mickey Mouse shirt.
I am, man.
Is that Rebecca's?
No, it's mine.
It's Rebecca's.
I like Mickey Mouse. He's the original OG, you know?
That's true. It's been around.
I don't know if he's an OG or not, but I'm sure he's done some gangster shit back in the day.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Similar to the shit we're going to talk about today.
I don't know about that, but we're definitely going to be doing we're going to bring you some heat, some fire. We got some questions. I asked in our group what people's biggest hangups are. So we're gonna dig into that and kind of, I don't know. Do you want to kick it off? What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, man. Actually, the other thing I want to go over too is that the experience we had when we talked to the business broker.
Yeah. So just to give you guys a little bit of background, we're trying to sell one of our main stores. We just found that we are looking to find that bigger, better next thing. We want to build a real brand. This is a drop shipping store, all AliExpress. It's the one that you've seen our big numbers from when we do posts and stuff. But we're moving on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, we just want to do kind of get into a slightly different business model than what we've been running. There's still opportunity in this business model, but we just know we're not the guys to dive deep and take it there. We're not experts in the space. You know, it's a place we found where we can go and make money. And now that it's built a good customer base, it's got a good following. So now we've really felt it's time to transition that store out, as well as transition what we're doing and focus on what we're really good at. And the big thing we realized this year is we were good at the marketing aspect of things. Like for the most part, our store didn't have necessarily a whole lot of strategic advantages, but we had excellent marketing skill sets. So we were able to build it up and grow it. But it was interesting when we talked to the broker, even though we have some pretty cool numbers and whatnot, it was interesting the stuff that we didn't have, which, in hindsight, it would have been so easy to put that together that we could have been way more prepared than for what we would be. And I was actually talking to a friend of mine about this. He's in the tech space and he's got a great business. It's growing. Last 6 months, it's doubled. And he was telling me he's kind of looking for venture capitalist money now. And he said the first time he sat down with a venture capitalist, the guy freaking roasted him. He didn't know his numbers. He didn't know his metrics. As far as how he presented, he said it was terrible. And he's like, it was one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. I just was not prepared for this meeting. And it kind of reminded me when we talked to this broker. He's even the most simplistic things, do you have a bank account that you've only used exclusively for the store? And the simple answer was no. Yeah. And he's like, okay, well, that's going to make things a little bit complicated because people are going to want to see that, which is really, that's obvious. But we ran other e-commerce stuff through this bank account. So it was muddled and it just has to be sorted out. So that's another thing I wanted to really go over was how to set up your store for success so that, you get to a point where you want to sell it or move on. It'll just make it way easier for you. So I thought we'd throw that in there today too.
Yeah, what's interesting too is the evaluation process and how they evaluate the store and what it's worth. Because a lot of people, when I looked into it before, they're like, oh yeah, it's 3 times what the store's made or whatever. And that wasn't the case at all. It was a lot lower than that number, and it was solely based off profit for the year, I found. So it'll be interesting to see if we get what they've evaluated our store at. Like, cause I found that a lot of these brokers, like, don't get me wrong, this guy that we're working with has been awesome, but I feel like at the end of the day, they're salesmen. So they want to evaluate your store. So you're like, yeah, like I'm going with this guy, because you have to sign a contract for like 6 to 12 months with these people, and you can't sell it anywhere else. Like, you have one option, and that's part of the agreement. We looked at multiple brokers, and it's just, some of them are a good fit and some of them aren't. You just kind of have to like test out the waters for yourself and see what works for you. And the guy that we went with, he sounds like he knows his shit. Like, he's been doing this. How long did you say the company's been around for? Like 17 years or something?
Something like that. And even his background before, he was like, I think the CEO of some company or something, some publicly traded entity. He sounded like a cool guy. And we actually talked to a few brokers. And one of the things that stood out in my mind with this guy was just he had good business experience. And then the other thing too, like, because, anytime you're gonna have a meeting like that, we should have been more prepared, but we also did do some preparation. And so we definitely had questions for him. And one of them, at least for me, was, have you sold, this type of business before? And do you have, potential clients interested in this model? Because if he already has a client in mind, I'd rather go with that broker than someone, who would be like, basically has no one in mind. Because that way, hopefully the transaction will move a lot quicker. Yeah.
What I also, I just lost my train of thought there. What I also found interesting too, though, is how he could position our store. Like, it was interesting the way he looked at expenses and how we could relabel like our Facebook advertising expenses and everything like that. He sounded like he knew his shit. When the other guys we went to, they're just like black and white. This is how we're going to do it. This is how it's going to sell. And that was that. But this guy's like, oh, we can kind of change things up and change up expenses and label them as one-time expenses. And it was interesting. One thing that was a saving grace for us, as we may not have been fully prepared, we do track our daily numbers. So we know, like, any day of the month, we know exactly how much we made. Yeah. And that was a huge savior, because we didn't have to go through the entire store and figure that out month by month. We could just go in and be like, yep, this is this, drop it in the bigger spreadsheet and send to them. And we were done, which was great. So the only thing that was a bit of a pain is we had to go through the bank account and everything like that and figure out which was associated to what store and so on and so forth. But that goes back to you when you were saying that we should have kept it all in one account, but whatever.
Yeah, and kept that separate. But yeah, that was a learned lesson. The other thing too was talking about how many channels we had set up for sales. So for us, all we have is Facebook and email. That's it.
Yeah.
Gabe drives the leads on Facebook. We email the data, different offers. We actually started, we'll actually give you guys an update of what we did with our store and the reasons we did it. So he was like, okay, are you guys on Amazon? Are you guys on eBay? Are you guys on Google? Are you guys on YouTube? Like, if we were on all those channels, that would have helped big time as far as like the potential he saw in the store and the potential someone else would see. Because if you think about it, say for some reason one day Facebook's like, I don't like dropshipping anymore. Because this has happened. Maybe not dropshipping specifically, but one day they just decide they don't like a certain business model anymore. And for whatever reason, it's probably because, their users were taking advantage or some poor business practice happened. But it is possible. And if you're put in that situation where your only channel is gone, that's not really a great spot to be in. And so what he said, he's like, well, it's kind of a blessing and a curse, because if someone doesn't really know a whole lot from other channels, he's like, they could really be like nervous about buying the store. Whereas if someone's an Amazon expert and a Google expert and Facebook's already working for you guys plus email, he's like, that might be super attractive to them, because then they see the potential the business could be if they were able to exploit their expertise on this business. So that was cool. And then on the one-time expenses, that was because our November, December was like huge. We did like, what was it, like 1.6, 1.7 mil?
Yeah. Yeah.
Something like that. November was like 1.1 ballpark. And then December was like 500-600. And then because our store is seasonal, January rolled around and numbers dropped. And he's like, hey, how come that happened? And we're like, actually, that was, strategically, there was a reason for that. We went hard November, December because we wanted to build up our email list, because then the new year when, because our store, again, it's these seasonal jumps, and our first quarter is
like
slow.
Most e-com, right?
Yeah. Historically, depending on your market, beauty, I'm sure, pops up. But historically, our store last 2 years was slow in the first quarter. So we're like, all right, let's be more prepared. Let's really push hard November, December. Let's build up our email database so that in the first quarter, we can just turn off our ads if they're not converting. Email, be profitable, make sure everything's paid, the business is producing the profit, and then fire up ads on second quarter. And so we went extra hard and we did that. And so far that's worked, which has been great.
Yeah.
But it did look bad from the numbers perspective if there was no strategy there. So he's like, I see. You guys were using that to, help build up your customer database and then make money with them ongoing. He's like, okay, I see how that's like more of like a one-time expense then. And we're like, yeah. So that's kind of where we were going with that. But it was really cool. And like, I'm glad we talked to multiple. And this goes the same when you're, hiring a broker or a business broker. You're hiring anyone. Never stick to one person. Talk to a few, because as soon as you start talking to more, like you'll. One guy definitely stood out above all the rest, for sure, no question.
Yeah, 100%. And that being said, the first guy you go to could be the right guy, but you just got to test those waters. And like we do this for a lot of stuff. Like you did that for accountants, didn't you? You went to multiple accountants, figured that out. It just works well. It's like if you were going to hire someone, you're going to interview like a whole bunch of people before you get them, before you make them part of your team, because you just want the best fit. So it's like anything. And that's kind of like, this is kind of like a sidebar here, but that's a big realization I've had in like 2017, 2018. And I kind of learned this from ads, is the more you test, the more chance you'll find that winner. And that comes down to product, that comes down to ads, that comes down to life. Like anything in life, the more you test, the more you'll find what works best and what works and what's going to make the most money for you from that business aspect. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's funny, man. It's just like, it's kind of like just one big system. More girlfriends you test, the more girlfriends, you're going to find that one
that is not the message we're trying to convey.
Hey, it's realistic. You got to.
No, it's true. It is true, man.
You got to roll through some.
You're not going to meet
find that gem,
That's right. Talking from personal experience, I see.
No, man. I only date gems. Only dated one girl. That's what I'm sticking with.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Rebecca's in the background here, so I'm sure she's laughing like you're an idiot.
Either that or you're getting brownie points all day, bro.
Woo, raise the roof. Raise the roof. So that means
what else did we get from that broker, man?
I don't know. That he really wants us to get those numbers in ASAP. So we haven't done the full process yet. We're still working on getting those hard costs, but we're almost done, right? Like we should be good to go end of month. We're going to hand that all over to them, and then they're going to put that store live, and hopefully we can sell it. We'll keep you guys informed in the process to kind of see how it goes. And we'll unless there's some sort of disclosure that we're not allowed to tell you, we'll tell you how much it sold for. I'm cool with that. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that too.
Yeah, we'll give you a rough estimate, and unless we have to sign something. So
far, he estimates based on what we give him already, somewhere in the neighborhood of 500K to $1 million, which is like a pretty broad estimate. So it'll be interesting to see what it comes in at the end of the day.
And the other cool part with that is like, we've also made money from the store, right? So this is just like an extra bonus, and that's cool. And that's a good model in its own, if you found a way to make good drop shipping stores, you could just burn them out, create them for a year, and then sell them.
Maybe not burn them out, but like build them up or find ones that are struggling.
When I said burn, I was thinking like burn and turn, like build them, and sell them. Yeah. So
I just wanted to clarify. I knew what you were thinking.
Yeah. I only finish half my sentences. It's Monday. That's where I'm at right now. This guru is not enough. I need that pre-workout shit.
Right. Actually, the other thing I picked up from him too was the fact that we had a database of like 120,000 active people.
Yeah.
He saw a lot of value in that.
we've seen a lot of value in that lately. Like, do you mind if I talk about like what our strategy is right now? So right now, what we've been doing is we've backed off the Facebook ads a lot for this current store. Don't get me wrong. We're still going hard on Facebook. We're doing a lot of affiliate stuff right now. And we're also working on other e-com stores. But what we're doing now is just emailing the list 2 to 3 times a week, or is it 3 to 4? I think it's around 3 to 4 times a week right now. And we're not only just selling our products, we're selling ClickBank stuff and we're selling affiliate stuff that's related to that niche. And we've seen great successes. Like some of our email drops do like 1,500. Some of them do like $300. Like it's a roller coaster. But overall this month, I think total in from that is, my assumption is probably around 15 grand, give or take, because there's some product costs in there too, because we do still sell our stuff. But overall, yeah. So that, and the cost behind that, besides the man hours, like we pay one person $3 grand a month to do that. Plus, I don't know, like the product cost. And besides that, that's it. Like how much does our ESP cost? Like the program to sell our
I would honestly have to look, because we use a combination.
But it's probably around $1,000, right? Give or take.
Sure.
Yeah. Does that sound accurate?
Sure.
Okay.
I'd have to look, to be honest.
Yeah. It's not that much, but anyway, so the rest of that is just pure profit. Like it's great. So
yeah,
it's really nice getting some extra cash out of that. And yeah, I don't know. It builds your list. There's so much value in your list. And if you're not emailing it, you got to figure that shit out.
Absolutely. It's actually funny. I helped actually someone who was on the podcast before, Ryan, with his email list. And I wanted to put together a little case study for it or whatever. And so we built out win-back campaigns. And essentially what a win-back campaign is, if someone hasn't ordered from your store in 30 days, it's an automated campaign that goes out to them and encourages them to buy. And it basically looks like, hey, we miss you. We love having you as a customer. To bring you back, we want to entice you. Here's 20% off, but it's only good for the next 48 hours. Yeah. And then you waited 2 days, and then the next day you hit them up, you wait until the next day. And then you hit them up and you just say, hey, just a reminder, we really want to bring you back. Here's the discount, ends tonight. And that way they get back into buying from you and they get back in the mix, because now you're enticing them. Mm-hmm. And I like to put that in 3 places, the 30-day mark, the 60-day mark, and the 90-day mark. And so far I've seen it convert almost at every time period when I've done it for others before. We did in this case study, and sure enough, and with Ryan's store specifically, his strength was Facebook ads. Mm-hmm. Email wasn't producing a lot for him. So this was a huge opportunity for him to pull more money. And I actually just logged in today, because they say email should make about 10 to 30% extra revenue for your store. Yeah. So say you're making, 100 grand a month, you should make 110 to 130 grand a month. And the nice thing about email is it's so damn profitable. Like on Facebook ads, if we made $45, $15 was ad cost, $15 was product cost, and $15 is profit. Well, when you're emailing your list, you don't have the ad cost. So you can really build in some good discounts to give people and still hold a good profit margin. Mm-hmm. So I actually logged in today, and he was up 20% from email alone. Wow. And it's literally been a couple weeks. And he's got it. Yeah, he's got a 6-figure store. Yeah. A 7-figure store.
So everything after that is just
this was extra money in his pocket, man. Yeah. So I was I felt good. But win-back campaign was a big piece of it. Very profitable. Put them in your stores. Have a follow-up that goes out to people when they first subscribe. Hey, thank you for buying. I like throwing a discount in there, saying, next time you come back, buy. We actually did that in his store. The first 3,000 customers produced an extra $6,000 in revenue. Mm-hmm. So that worked well. We also we tweaked his email blasts, because he was getting low open rates, like 10-ish%. Mm-hmm. And so one important thing to remember about email is engagement is so key. If you're engaging with these people, it's going to help your overall deliverability. It's going to be easier to inbox anything, really. So engagement's key. So his first message initially was 39%. We tweaked it up a little bit. Now it's 44%. Mm-hmm. Increase 10%. That's cool. But that's not really what made me happy. What made me happy is his first email drop he did. Before that, he was getting 10% open rates. I logged in. This was 19%.
Wow. That's serious.
Yeah, almost doubled his open rates.
So let's dig into that a little bit more. Do you have any like tips for getting that higher open rate?
The biggest key was building the deliverability off the initial sequence so that it piggybacked onto the email blast.
Can you break that down? Because that's like, I understand that, but that's pretty complex. Can you give it to me like a 5-year-old?
Yeah. So when someone first buys from you, you need to engage with them somehow. Okay. You need to get them to interact with you, add them to your contact list. You need to do something that makes it show to Gmail, to Yahoo, that this person wants to receive my messages.
Yeah. So like a thank you email.
Yeah. So we'll say, thank you for ordering, watch out for cool deals from us in the future, as to your contact list to make sure you never miss a sale, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And people do. They'll add you to their contact list. Like they literally bought from you. They obviously like you enough, or at least trust you enough to try to buy from you. And so leverage that and then engage with them. Give them a reason to open that email. Because if you can give them a reason when you go to sell stuff later, not only will they be used to engaging with you, but Gmail and Yahoo will be like, yeah, this person wants to receive this message in the inbox and not go to spam.
Yeah. That's cool. That's smart. We also did we did like a VIP sale on our store once. And then we made a separate VIP list. And we made sure that we put it in the email. It's just like, make sure to keep your eye on this, open it up. You're going to get a bigger discount than everybody else. You're going to get this email first. Exclusivity.
Black Friday.
Did I say that right? Anyway, but yeah, that was very helpful. That was cool. Mm-hmm. Worked decent too. It worked decent. So
those are your best buyers. Those are the people that are actually looking forward to your shit. And if you can really engage with them and the ideal world, like if you're Google, you care about your user experience. Yeah. Your whole job is to make sure that your users are getting the emails they want and not getting the emails they don't want. Yeah. So if you have 100 emails come in and they all get opened, you've done your job perfectly. Mm-hmm. And so if you can build your email with that in mind, then you're going to be in a much better space than someone who just hits send and doesn't give a fuck. Yeah. There we go. First F-bomb drop today. But yours going to be a better spot. The other thing we did with his stuff that worked out really well was I looked through his abandonment cart sequence, and I'm hoping all of you have an abandonment cart sequence. Basically, if someone doesn't buy, it's a simple follow-up that says, hey, we saw you had some in your cart, you didn't buy it, just a reminder. And then maybe you send out a couple of those, and then if they don't buy, then you start working in the discounts. Yeah. I don't like doing discounts out the gate because I kind of feel like you're giving money away. Mm-hmm. But email 2, email 3, let's work in the discounts. And one thing I noticed was on his first message, he had like, I think it made like 11 grand or something like that in the last, period of months. I forget what it was. Yeah. And then his second email made 7 grand and his last email made 13 grand. Was it a higher discount tier? Is that what caused it? Yeah, it did increase. But the biggest thing I looked at was the third email made the most money. Meaning, even though the people reached the first 2 and the third open rate was lower than the first one. Interesting. So I'm like, there's still money in these non-buyers. They're still interested. If the third email made the most money, I'm like, let's build out some more. Let's just add a couple. Let's get crazy, No, but we added a couple, and now those are all making money for him. So how many are you at? Are you at 5? 5 now. Yep. He had 3. Now he's got 5. Yeah. And then we worked in some Facebook Messenger and some stuff like that. But like just adding these little tweaks, adding that to your email, it's going to make a huge difference to your bottom line. And there's companies out there that purposely lose money or break even on the front end just to make all their profit on the back end. Yeah. Like I saw one e-com company, their first drop made 99 grand to their email list. Yeah. Crazy. So don't overlook email. Build that into your sequences, build that into your stores. Cause you build it once, it'll keep producing for you. It's like extra money every single day. Do we dare let the people know about our secret weapon? Our secret retargeting weapon, our follow-up weapon. Rebecca? No, man. The one that made us 120 G over the holidays. Do it. You think? Yeah. All right. So we use this app called Cart Guru, and it does SMS retargeting. So if you abandon cart on our store, you're going to get a text message that says, buy our shit
here is a discount. And you're going to get 3 or 4 of those things. And it makes boatloads of money. It makes email retargeting like look like kiddies play.
Yep.
It's pretty crazy because who doesn't get a message to their phone and check it? You know, like nobody's like, no, I don't want to check that. Probably some spam. You know, we haven't hit that level yet, but your email kind of there. But this, like Cart Guru, game changer. It's an app that plugs right into Shopify. What are you going to say?
I was going to say, compared to email, we haven't even tried it on Ryan's store yet, but compared to email, we found it it outperformed email 400%.
And every store we've added it to, like we've even added it to some of our, like we had a client last month that we worked on his store with, and we added it to his store, instant profit. Like it was just like, it worked great. So every person who we've ever added to their store or told them about it, it's been a game changer for them. So if you're doing decent, well, I shouldn't even say if you're doing decent volume, but if you're just like doing some decent numbers on Shopify, or I just said it again anyway, but it's a must-have app and it works great. We'll include a link below in this video because, or if it's a podcast, it'll be on the site, but it is a game changer. It's so cool. The team over there is great too. They help us set it up, and they help every person that we've talked to set it up. They might hate me for saying that because they might not offer that service. I just say that. But yeah, definitely get it. It's great.
It's a game changer.
It is the changer of that game.
I'm surprised we haven't talked about it before, actually. I think we might have.
I don't think we've ever gone into depth about it or even like really talk numbers about it. Like,
it's killer.
Yeah.
Like literally, we just got it started late last season, and it made like really, we just plugged in last quarter, didn't we?
Yeah, we plugged in last quarter. It made us 120 G in about 2.5 months.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. And that's all extra money. Like that's a sale where people were bailing on.
Yep.
That's some good shit.
Email would have captured some of that, but every test we've done, this has outperformed email like 4 to 1.
And it's 40%. Like, what else is cool is it's a one-stop shop for everything, because they have email in there, they have SMS, and they now have Facebook Messenger.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you just got to go there and it'll do everything for you. You just got to plug and play it and build out the templates, and you're good to go.
Yeah. And SMS messages are so simple to make. It's crazy. Like, it's not hard at all.
No, it's just text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like short text, you don't have to even get that creative, you know?
No. And you can even like be real creative and just say like, open my text message or something stupid. It's so cool.
Don't worry, their templates are better than that.
Yeah, 100%.
But no, definitely works. You want to talk about the affiliate marketing we're doing?
Yes.
All right. So
I love affiliate marketing.
We have decided, Gabe has built this great fucking skill base of
thank you.
Running Facebook ads. He's just damn good. And so based on that, we mentioned this before. Actually, I think we talked in the last episode with Shannon, but we really got back into running some white hat, some clean affiliate stuff on Facebook. And so far it's doing well. I think our best day last week, we did almost $7,000.
Total sales. Yeah.
And I think profit was like 1,700 ish.
Yeah. 1,700. And the reason we haven't gone bigger is because, sorry, I had to think about that for a second. The reason we haven't gone bigger is because our account spend limit it hasn't been upped yet. So we're stuck. Yeah. We're stuck, but we just expanded it across 3 different accounts right now. We're in the process of doing that. We should be good to go by the end of the week. So I'm really excited to see how high I can take this and see how much money we can make from it.
Yeah. Right now we're spending about $5,000 a day pretty consistent, right? Yep. Yeah. And it's working great. And the beautiful thing about affiliate marketing that really brought us back to doing it again was no customer service, no refunds, no chargebacks, no product costs, no shipping. Literally,
no team.
It's no team. Literally, Gabe is running this pretty much on his own.
Yeah.
And just runs it.
And the other cool thing, and like, sorry to cut you off, but
go ahead.
We can teach this. So like our next step, and I don't know if we've ever mentioned this to you, but we're going to hire someone for Facebook. We're going to hire someone that I can train up. And ideally, because there's less moving pieces with this, affiliate is a great place to start them out, right? It's so much better. So that's kind of the plan with this. We're going to build out affiliate as much as we can, hire a team, and then move forward and just keep replicating that over and over.
Yeah. And there's guys who like on affiliate stuff, on clean affiliate stuff, because there's like, if you guys aren't used to, if you're not,
affiliates
never heard the term.
Affiliates root everything.
Yeah, what marketers do, I think. Okay. But well, I got that from Gary Vee, but I agree with him. But there's Black Hat, which is like, rebuild industry, which just got its ass handed to them, which is kind of a matter of time. Like it's not really a great model. But white hat guys, there's guys that do like 90 grand a day, running white hat stuff on Facebook. There's guys that do more than that. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. And literally you could be like a 2-man team, 3-man team running those types of numbers. So we got back into affiliate marketing on Facebook, running clean white hat stuff, no issues. And then what the plan is Gabe, he's getting it going right now. It's working. We're in the process of scaling it. When he brings someone on, it's going to be like their training wheels. Here's how you do your ad targeting. Here's how you do your creatives. Here's when to cut. Here's when to scale, etc. And then what's great about it is that the money we're making off this is what's literally going to pay for the person to bring them on. Yeah. So it's cool to build the business off cash flow, not having to go in debt, Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of one of our plays this year, is just to really grow out our Facebook side as well on the affiliate stuff, because it's just clean. So much less to worry about. Again, Gabe's literally doing it by himself in like what takes you maybe a couple hours a day.
Yeah, give or take. Some days take more. Some days I just got to let it ride. Some days I just like check it and make sure that there's no negative comments on the ads. And that's it. Cause like, you don't want to mess with it too much. And when you're only dealing with a $5,000 spend a day on this one account, it's not that pressing. Now that we're going to have bigger accounts, like we just fired up a 20K account. So that one's going to take a little bit more love, but I'm cool with it. That's exciting. Like I want to be able to hit $1 million a month with affiliate. Also, like I did with ecom, because like I think that would just be cool personally, because that just proves that like Facebook is the backbone of the key to this. Like you can make anything work if you got those Facebook skills.
Yeah, that really comes down to mastering a skill. Because again, Gabe, have you ever ran this affiliate offer before on Facebook?
Actually, I did, but like it was a long time ago, man, and it was like, I don't think I made it work. I think we lost money and we just like moved on, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't remember even doing it, but regardless.
We tried rent to own. We tried rent to own a long time ago, and then we couldn't make that work. But yeah, but this was years anyway.
But now Gabe has, he's improved his skills. He's got better. Now he's in there and he's making it work. So it comes down to master your skills, get better at it. And the money will come. You'll find opportunities to make it work, but have something of value like that you can offer, and money will find its way to you.
Should we also talk about like how we took on a client with the skills that we've established?
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Just kind of, and
this is not something we do either.
No,
he was just a really great like dude, and we believed in what he was building, and it was along the lines of like how we're thinking about e-commerce right now.
Yeah.
Where AliExpress, I think, is a great place to get started, but you got to build off of that. Like, add to it. You don't have to get rid of AliExpress, but there has to be other pieces that you plug in so that someone can't rip your business overnight and just run with it.
Yeah,
there's guys out there that make it work, but the guys I've seen go the biggest and do it. I'm not going to say necessarily easier, but like they're able to scale to such a degree much quicker, because they don't have other people they're competing with.
Yeah. And that goes back to the interview when I was with Cam in like that new car series, Entrepreneurs and Cars or whatever. I don't know. That's like such a basic name. I haven't really figured it out, but he was saying that he no longer spies on people's stuff. He no longer tries to run what other people are running, because his thing is just like, just try and be different. Try and hit that market before everyone else does. And he still does drop shipping, and I know his numbers. Well, I know his basic numbers. I don't know his day to day, but he still makes good money from it, like really good money. So it's possible. Just it's just different.
Yeah, but no. So we ended up taking on a client. And it was cool. It was,
Yeah.
we're actually looking at a more in-depth relationship now. So we kind of put stuff on hold because, you know, he's someone we believe we can work with long-term.
He's
so
more of a
like,
bro than a business partner, you know, like,
yeah. So it didn't make sense anymore.
That's one thing like that Tyler and I are all about. Like, we want to work with people that we want to hang out with, you know. I don't want our relationships to be like straight business and then fuck off. I don't want to talk to you, you know. It's like, we want to work with people who like we can hang out with for a week and have all the fun.
Totally. And he fits this. Like, he's an awesome guy. He works hard. He's a grinder. And he has, you know, background and insights into stuff we had no idea about. More on the product side and how he creates his formulas and stuff like that. I don't want to go into his business too much, but it worked out pretty damn good. We added Cart Guru. We helped him with his email. We're able to up to triple his open rates on his email by making a couple changes. Was nothing crazy. Built out some sequences for him. Those all made money. Gabe was running his ads on Facebook. Those were profitable.
They were making good money, man, for a while there.
Yeah. So it was really cool to like go out and do that. And again, like apply the skills and knowledge we have to someone else's and then see them get value from it and value in the terms of dollars in pocket at the end of the day. Because I think I was actually talking to a guy overseas, like a great business, owns tons of different businesses, really successful investor, done really well for himself. And we were kind of talking about that today in general. Just like, what do you expect out of someone you bring onto your team? Well, essentially that they'll put dollars into the business in terms of profit and not just take money out. Like there has to be something to measure to say, hey, yeah, this is working, or no, this isn't. And he just kind of reminded me of that. So we had a good discussion about it, but it was cool to, again, take our skill set that we've, you know, spent years learning, apply it to someone else, and again, see it work.
And I don't want to say that I was scared going into it, but like, if someone hires me, I want to provide value. I don't want anyone to feel like they're ripped off. So I was a little bit nervous because I was like, oh, like I got to really step it up to make this guy money, you know, like he's paying us for a service and I want to freaking deliver. So that was one of the challenging things for me going into that, but it was all in my freaking head. But, we came through. Our skills definitely showed that we could do it, and it was great. Like, it was an awesome experience. We stopped working with him now, not for any reason that had to do with like our skills, but
he was happy.
Farther than that, but
we're just looking at like maybe some additional projects and stuff. It's like, well, you know, it doesn't make sense to pay us on top of this. So.
So it's hard to be secretive, but yet tell.
I know we can't disclose this, everything. Just be happy we talked about Cart Guru, because that thing is a freaking game changer.
Yes. Link below. Click that shit. It'll be worth it. I promise. All right. What else do you want to talk about?
Let's burn through these questions, man.
Do you have any idea how long we've been on here? I don't.
Ballpark 25 minutes.
I bet you we've been longer than that, my friend.
You think so?
Yeah, we're Chatty Cathy.
I think we started at like 3:40.
We are Chatty Cathy's. Yeah. All right. I'm pulling this up here. Let's see.
You want me to ask you number one?
Yeah. All right. Let's do it. And these are like, so I made a post on our Facebook group saying, what are you struggling with? So this is all what people have said below. I didn't do all of them because some of them are the same over and over again, but
I'm actually curious to see what you're going to say on this one. So question number one,
me too.
Finding a winning product for me. None of my sales have been related to whatever ad I've currently running. Therefore, my sales are very inconsistent. That being said, just test more products, right? Maybe I answered myself here. I guess I need to add that last part. Short answer, yes.
But why don't you, so I don't know. And I don't know with like out asking you more questions here, but try running the ones that are selling.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. The customers are kind of saying like, if they're buying something else, if you're seeing a trend, follow that trend.
In the word of Adrian Morrison, success leaves clues. And I'm sure that's someone else higher up. He is in direct relation to that quote in my mind at this current moment.
He owns it.
He owns it.
He owns it.
Yeah, test more and test more.
Yep.
Next.
Definitely targeting. A lot of products are doing well for others, and sometimes it's a very general item or something silly or very niche that I don't know what interest to target. So how do you find targets in like weird niches or weird products?
That's interesting. I would more try and step back and be like, who is the buyer of this? And just go deep, like put yourself in those people's shoes, or like, like what you're trying to do is find an avatar of the potential buyer of that product. You know, like where do they hang out? What do they eat? What are they into? And then you just kind of build this full profile of this person. And in each step of that, you can target that person, you know? So let's say, and this is a broad assumption. I'm just going to put it out there that I'm not like categorizing anybody with this, but let's say, for example, you're a fisherman. There's a good chance that you're a fisherman that loves having a beer on the boat while you're fishing. So there you go. You could, instead of targeting fishing directly, you could go target beer brands. What kind of beer would a fisherman like? Do they like a good Bud Light? You know, I don't know.
I like a good Bud Light.
You know, a good casual in the sun day drinking beer. It's not going to get you too wasted. It tastes great when it's cold. So try targeting that, or maybe try stacking interests. You know, Bud Light, fishing, boom.
Yeah. And then what about building lookalikes off those clicks?
Yeah. So that was just starting at like the broad level. So if you're getting traffic to your site, you can build lookalikes off each of those. I think the limit is you have to have 1,000. Oh, maybe it's more than that. Anyway, we like to recommend doing at least 1,000. So let's say you have view contents on your pixel. This is if your pixel's installed on your site, everything's working properly. If you have 1,000 visitors to your site, you can build a lookalike audience or a custom audience off that, and then build a lookalike audience off that. So you can build everyone who's Facebook basically goes and finds similar people to the people who have already visited your site.
It's like a new interest based on the people who click through.
Yeah. And you can do that at each level. You can do it on the view content level. You can do that on the add to cart level. You can do that on the purchase level. And that's kind of the process you go through. Start low, keep going up until you have enough data for that next stop, and then to the next one and the next one, and so on and so forth. And one thing I would like to point out is I just had this conversation with someone. I was like, make sure to test each lookalike. So you can do 1% to 10%. And in some cases you can do 20% if you have special apps. But basically just in Facebook, it's 1 to 10. I would just test the 1%, test the 2%, test the 3%, because not all lookalikes produce the same results. Some work better than others. I don't have any rhyme or reason.
I would assume 1% would work best, but that's not the case, is it?
It's not the case. And what we're finding now that our pixel's built, and there's a combo of things working in your favor here, but we find that the biggest ones, like the 10%ers, they crush. Like they're doing great for us. And then from the 10%ers, I just move completely off the lookalikes and do wide, or I stack 10% lookalikes. So my audience will be millions of people, based off lookalikes at different parts of the funnel, like views, add to carts, purchases. Stack those, massive. Like that's great. And the other thing you can do is you can intersect lookalikes. So you can make it so you can put like 3 lookalikes together and be like, only include people in all of these. And pull out those prime people and hit those. I'm not sure if you can do that in Facebook. I know you can do it with the app I use called Koya. It's not a necessity to use Koya. It's just great because I can launch thousands of ads at a time, and just it's great for managing. It's what I use. But yeah, I'd have to dig more into if you can do. I know you can exclude audiences in Facebook. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll dig into it later. But that's my advice.
Good advice. I dig it.
I feel like I could talk forever about audiences. There's so many different details of it. Oh.
I know. I was thinking maybe we should do some sort of like tutorial or something sometime. I'm sure people get a lot from that.
A paid tutorial?
How about a fucking free tutorial?
No. It's just.
Don't worry, guys. Don't worry.
Don't worry. Yeah. Tyler will slide me a couple hundies. Be like,
that's right,
it, bro.
You got to do it. Or I'll make some sort of ridiculous bet when we're drunk that I know I'll win. And I'm like, bro, you lost. You got to live up to this thing.
All right. So we got another one here.
Targeting.
I'll just read it.
Do it.
Do it. Targeting and messaging. I'm not sure if my targets are right because I'm not sure if the message works. Kind of chicken and the egg. It sounds like you're overthinking it and your product's not right. That's what I think. Let me break that down for a second.
You know what I learned?
Yes.
Off helping our client we had.
Oui.
The right product and in front of the right person just sells it freaking self.
Exactly. So if you have a banging product, it'll sell.
We had this one ad that was literally the most disgustingly terrible ad that I think I've ever seen run. And it like, what was it? 3x ROAS?
Oh yeah.
It was hilariously bad. Like I wish I could show you, but we signed a disclosure.
His store is like an anomaly, you know, you're just
it's crazy, but it reminded me if you put the product in front of the right person, they will buy it.
Exactly. So it's focus more at like e-coms. There's so many moving pieces. And like, now that I've stepped back and started doing affiliate stuff, that I realize this, but it's product, man. Like you could do broad targeting with a great product and have awesome success. And you could do niche targeting with a shit product and not have any success. Mm-hmm. So it comes down to product for sure. And messaging, I've explained kind of how I do my ads, and it's pretty simple. Like, hey, are you a fisherman? And I know this is the most like played out ad copy, but it always works. Like, hey, are you a fisherman? Then you're going to love our so-and-so lure. Click here to buy. And then, you know, don't do tag a friend because apparently that's not working so well on Facebook anymore. But the point is simple, straight to the point. Image sells itself, product sells itself. Do it that way, or video. Either way.
With that said, good copy, a good image can always help you increase your conversion rate. But if we go back down to the fundamental of it, the right product in front of the right person will sell.
And that's
our experience.
What I'm understanding from this question is that's what you're trying to do, is find a good product. And once you find a good product, build on that. Try different ads. Try different.
What about all the different ad units?
Yeah, so that's one thing. You can try different types of ads. So you can do like the little like newsfeed link ad with the it's like a 1200 by 628 pixel ad. It's like more of a rectangle. Then you can do like the 1200 by 1200 image ad, which I'm a big fan of. You can do right side ads for retargeting if you want, or just general advertising. You can do slideshow ads, which is like a video, but it's not. You can just take 10 images of the same product, different angles, different parts. Even you could put a little bit of text in there. Don't go over the 20% mark, but you can describe it a little bit. Or just a straight up video ad. And one thing we've noticed is all those ads, they seem to hit different people based off the way they're delivering. So a right side ad isn't going to deliver so on mobile, but it's going to deliver on desktop. So you're hitting those desktop people a little bit more so. And video, Instagram's working great for us too. We use it a fair bit.
Guess what's next? Just kidding.
No, we're not talking about WhatsApp. Anyway.
Gabe hates it.
I don't hate it. It's just like,
no, I'm just joking. Keep going, bro.
Yeah. Really worked out well for Snapchat. Hey.
Yeah.
Would you rather punch Chris Brown or slap Rihanna?
Oh man, Kylie, like they just pissed off the wrong chick. They should just give her $1 million to say good things.
Everyone. So there was the Kylie one and there was the
Rihanna
one. You know,
I know. You know what's funny? I thought it was terrible at first too, but I kind of like it better now.
Snapchat?
The way they've done it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's confusing.
I'm the worst Snapchatter too.
I don't really use it anymore.
Yeah.
I never really used it anyway. But yeah, anyway, try different ad types, even if the message is the same and the images are the same or the video is the same. It's just a different way to deliver it.
Yeah.
Let some work it, spread it. That is what scaling across is, you know? Instead of scaling up, scale across, same results.
Correct me if I'm wrong though on this, but say, you know, your audience is 5 million. We're kind of talking about how each ad type will hit a different part in that 5 million.
Yes. And I just want to clarify that that's an assumption.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a theory.
But that's what Facebook is. A whole sea of assumptions. Even Facebook reps, man, they think they know what's going on. They don't know.
Yeah, there's times.
No offense, Facebook reps, but you guys are just getting passed on information that we've shown to be different than what you are telling us.
Yeah. I think things just change so much there.
Yeah.
And there's so much data to layer in, like even layering in like the credit card information and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I wonder if we can get any of that stolen data. I'd like to build some lookalikes off that, you know? No? Don't delete, don't delete Facebook.
That's right. Keep it.
Cam posted that.
Did he?
I was like, that's smart. You're good. Funny guy.
Self-serving. I love it.
Funny guy. All right.
Here we go.
This is you.
Yes.
You. No more for me. People remember that there's two people of 7Fig.
I like Team Gabe too.
Team Gabe is good. You know, it's a good
Team Gabe's good.
Yeah. All right. So not really struggling with it, but I would love to learn how to improve email marketing.
Build out your sequences. Definitely build them out. I'm seeing consistent results by doing that, both from a deliverability point of view and from a money point of view. I'm gonna say it. A lot of people come to me and they say, I'm on MailChimp. I'm like, great, you'll never hit the primary tab. Yeah. I love MailChimp. They're fucking huge. They have a lot of great stuff.
Gmail, by the way.
Yes, primary tab on Gmail. If you go into your email list and you are seeing like 20% of your email list is Gmail, okay, maybe you don't need to worry about this so much, but I doubt that is the case. Yeah. Generally, I've seen 50 to 80% Gmail.
And on your mobile phone, like some people, like you don't even get to see that if it goes into your promo. Like I'd show you my email, but there's probably stuff I don't want you to see in here. Actually, I don't think there's anything important. Yeah, there's one of our emails. Anyway, here, I'll show it to you now. But like, can you see that? No? So,
it's just really bright.
It won't focus. God damn you, phone. Anyway, so up here, that's promotions, and the other one is social. And then this is my main inbox. So if you're hitting promotion tab, nobody's going to click in there. Nobody cares.
Yeah. And on mine, promotions tab is not even always at the top. Sometimes it's below or whatever. Yeah. But bottom line is people are going to miss your emails if they're in promotion tab. If you hit primary tab, you will double your Gmail open rates overall. And if half your list is Gmail, that's going to have a huge impact on your bottom line as far as what kind of open rate, how much money you make. So bottom line is and I've played with it a ton, man. I've never seen MailChimp inbox the primary tab on Gmail. So a lot of the time I just get people move something else and they see better success on Gmail specifically because now they're able to hit the primary tab.
Yes. So switching up ESP.
And there's great services out there.
Do you have any recommendations, like without giving away the bread and butter? Do you have any just like basic?
Yeah, man. No, I don't even mind doing that. Ones I've been playing with lately are Klaviyo and Omnisend.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of Klaviyo's pricing model. I suspect it's because of some of the stuff they're doing on the back end and what their costs are. But I hate that like after 40,000, they charge you on a per send basis. Where Omnisend, I don't believe they do that, but I have to double check. But that's one I've seen good success with. Both of those can hit the primary tab. That I know for sure because I've done it myself. Yep. And there is one other one, which after I test, I'll let you guys know. But what they were telling me, it's actually really cool. They were saying that, say someone comes to your store and they buy a pair of red shoes. And, you know, the last 3 people came to your store, bought red shoes and green socks. Well, what's going to happen is they're going to look at that information, and then to this person that just bought red shoes, in the email you send out, it's dynamically, which means it'll automatically insert the product and everything into the email automatically on a user by user basis based on buying behaviors of other users. So it's kind of like machine learning a little bit.
Yes, that AI,
which is pretty damn cool.
Yeah,
pretty damn cool. But I got to test it still. Make sure I hit the primary on Gmail because we just find so many lists are heavy Gmail. But which Gmail, we love you. Definitely got that Gmail love. But yeah, so testing that out. But Klaviyo and Omnisend, you can easily do it. And even on Klaviyo, though, you're paying per send. To hit the primary tab, it's worth it because you'll make double the money.
Oh yeah.
than you will than
we promotions.
promotions.
See night and day, man. Like,
yeah.
If we don't hit promo, like our emails will make maybe $300, $200. But if we hit like primary, we're up in like the 2 to 3G if it's a good email.
Yeah.
Like it's,
and we've seen higher. Like, what was our biggest email on ecom? 6?
Something like that. I don't even remember, man. I would have to go back, but
anyway, so that would be one thing, is look at the provider you're using and what the capabilities are. And the other thing would be just test your message. I'm a big fan of like sending the message to myself first. You can't open it though. But just send it to your message first, or yourself first, and see where it lands. If you're, say your list is Hotmail and every time you send to yourself, it goes to your spam, well, your Hotmail open rate is probably going to be pretty damn low. So there's a lot of pre-tests you can do to really set yourself up for success and kind of like stack the deck a little bit. Cause you already know if it inboxes you, that's going to increase the odds overall that you're going to inbox in general. And there's far more that goes into that. But just as a short like nugget to start with and run with, that's where I would start you.
So they're called seed accounts, and basically you just make a seed account for each provider, like a Hotmail, a Gmail, a Yahoo, and I think that's all you really need, right?
It depends. It depends what's in your list. I've seen lists that are like heavy Hotmail, like UK users. There's a lot of Hotmail addresses over there, or just different countries. So it just depends on what's in your list. The best thing to do is export your list and just like go in there and count it. Be like, oh,
sort it. And
go from there.
Cool. All right.
You know what's interesting about that too? I got a little story.
I like stories.
I actually had a NHL team hit me up. I'm not going to say who they were, but they basically, the owner of the team was like, hey man, my friends told me they're not getting my emails. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like imagine your boss coming to you and telling you, be like, hey, how the hell could we not deliver an email? And so they're like, hey, could you take a peek for us? And so I was able to get in there and stuff. And again, I signed a contract, so I can't say who it is, but they were on an enterprise level ESP, which means like one of the big boys, like the other NHL teams are on it. And so I was looking through all the emails that were removed. And I'm looking, I'm like, wow, 80% of this list, and it was like 50,000 people, are AOL users.
Wow.
I'm like, I've never seen that heavy of an AOL list in my life.
That means they got old fans.
That's what I thought. But then I went over to their active list they were mailing, and it was like 1% was AOL.
Weird.
Yeah, that's what I said. And so I started playing with it a little bit, and basically what I told them, I'm like, your ESP is fucking up. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. How come 80% or almost 100% of all your AOL users would be trying to remove themselves from your email when you're not seeing this anywhere else? I'm like, what's probably happening is there's a bounce code error, and the ESP is reading this bounce code error as a failed send. Without going too technical into it, they're labeling the user as this user's not receiving email, when all AOL might be saying is, hey, retry again in 24 hours. They're misunderstanding the response back from the ESP. And so that alone, like I forget how many, but like 50,000 subscribers was very valuable to that team, especially since some of these people are season ticket holders, maybe some of them own boxes, whatever it was. And so that alone was huge for them. So going into your list and figuring out who's on your list, and then kind of looking through things and poking around, you can really start to see like issues your ESP is having that they honestly should not be.
Yeah. And I would like to finish that off by saying, I'm sorry if it sounds loud, because the landscapers are outside and we thought they were done, but they're not.
Surprise Wednesdays. I mean,
can
on a Monday.
Can you hear it? No.
You're good.
Perfect. Let's hope it stays that way. All right. Getting consistent sales. We all have that problem. Welcome to the club. I don't know. If you have a good product, you'll get consistent sales. I know it's like, I keep coming back to it, but it is the key. And also with Facebook, it's hard to be consistent. Like nothing's consistent. Like you need to look at everything over a 7-day spread instead of looking at stuff day to day. Cause there's days like even now we lose, but then the next day we make it up like double, right? Like it's how Facebook rolls. You can't control it. It is the roller coaster known as the Book of Face. So you just gotta do that. And it comes down to product too. Like if you have a good product, it'll sell.
Which is the next question, finding a winning product. I get people asking this a lot. So if you haven't joined the Facebook group that we have,
link below.
Link below. Gabe put a little write-up together that talks about how we go about finding a winning product. But one thing I would kind of think about too is to go out there and think about what's withstood the test of time.
Yeah.
OxyClean, that shit's been around forever. What is it about OxyClean that people like just continue to buy?
And how could you relabel it? How could you remarket it?
Yeah. Or like, what could you do that has the same characteristics? Like maybe, it's like OxyClean. People have to buy over and over again. Well, how great is that? A customer buys over and over again. What else do people buy? Well, they buy maybe supplements. Maybe they buy, I don't know, maybe a really alkalized water or something. Like there's so many things that people will buy over and over again, that those are the markets that we're looking at where people are, they're consumables. Like it's something that people have to come back and reorder. And if you've treated them right, your product's good, your customer service is good, maybe the $10 you spent now will be worth $1,000 to you down the road.
I just had a brilliant idea. Energizing deodorant. This in deodorant form.
God. That's what I fucking deal with.
If people only knew the shit that I had to deal with you.
This is true. This is probably day 8 of us trying to get this podcast done, and it's all my fault. So
you had a birthday this weekend, so I mean, like, you get a pass.
I was pretty ambitious, I think, in trying to get this thing, but here we are.
You are an overachiever.
I try to be.
That's what's great. All right, let's move on. Finding winning products. Yeah, read that in our Facebook group. I'll include the link below. Kind of gives you a breakdown, but just like have your eyes open. Like when you're out and about, when you're at a store, just like take a stroll, see what you can see in a store that looks good. Even if it's Walmart, like there's tons of top sellers in there, like anything, and just find a way, or even like what you use day to day, or a product that you like.
Maybe like an organic toothpaste.
I don't know. Do you know
that energizes you?
Mint flavored energizing
with caffeine.
Yeah. All right. Definitely consistency. We covered that. Finding something that's success. Getting sales here and there, but I have nothing that's able to successfully scale. That just comes down to product, man. Or
also, I would say time of year too.
Yep, that's true.
Wait till Christmas comes. When Christmas comes, everyone should be collecting checks.
Stacks on stacks.
That is the best time, at least for us.
On stacks.
Every year.
If there's
stuff that won't sell all season, October hits, boom, starts selling like crazy.
Yeah. But just keep trying products. Consistency, ads. I can't seem to get more than 6 or 7 people clicking on my ads after reaching an audience of 560,000, let alone any sales. Product.
Sometimes like Facebook does that thing where you make an audience and only spends 10 cents.
Yeah, it could be the way you deliver your ads. So we try to turn on our ads either at 12 a.m. or prime time in the morning when everyone's waking up. So I guess like a 6 a.m. Eastern would be a good time. Because if you put it, and this again is an assumption, but you want your ad to get as much engagement out of the gate. And if you launch it like midday when nobody's on Facebook, then your ad's not going to get any engagement. And Facebook's going to be like, this is dud. Nobody wants it. And then just bury your ad. So try and launch it at a good time where your ad's going to be delivered well. Number 9, when to scale an ad. When you have consistent sales. If you look over a 7-day spread and your ad is very profitable, and if you're seeing consistent sales 5 to 6 days out of that week, I say 5 to 6 because some days could suck. It's just how she goes. Just start trying to duplicate that ad. Try a few more of those. So take that same, let's say it's running at $20, take that ad, duplicate it 3 or 4 times, let those run for 3 days, see how those go. And if some of those work well, take those winning ads, do it again, and just keep doing it. There's a guy in our group. And he just had his first $1,000 day by doing exactly that. Just taking ads that are working, duplicating them, building lookalikes, duplicating those once he's built those ad sets, and then just going from there. It's just a rinse and repeat once you figure it out. There's no magic to it. You just trial and error. If you test 10, maybe three will work. If you test 20, 6 will work. That's how she goes.
Which is kind of crazy. You think they all should, but they just don't in the book of face.
In the book of face, they decide. They're the captain of diversity or discovery.
Of the ship.
You like how I brought that back? God.
I do. You did a good job there.
This autofocus is really messy.
I know, that tripped me out for a sec. I didn't know if that was my eyes or this video.
We haven't been on this that long. All right.
We've been about an hour now.
Yeah. Anything else you wanted to talk about while we're on here?
Not really. One thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to start bringing in some other guys. I'm actually really excited about the dude we're going to be talking about next. The interview with him. I got to nail down a date, but he is like, he's a fucking awesome. He's epic. He's probably going to do, I think by the second quarter, he projects to cross 8 figures this year in revenue. And he's a media buyer like king. He actually told me the other day that he just set up a new campaign and he drove like 70 to 80,000 clicks just that in a few hours.
Damn.
That's a lot of freaking clicks, man. 70 to 80,000 clicks.
He's a car guy,
and that's
too.
one.
He's a car guy, too, for all you car fans out there. Maybe I'll fly down to Florida and we'll do a little car interview. Yeah,
he would be awesome to do with. He's a good dude, though. Super good dude. I've known him for a long time. I know he crushes it. There's actually a cool Gary Vee video where Gary Vee makes fun, calls them small stacks.
What?
Yeah, dude, it's hilarious.
He was on the Gary Vee?
Dude, no. So I don't know how it worked, but Josh, Keller, right?
Yeah.
He bought some sort of wine-like thing for our guest. I'm not going to tell you his name yet. And then I guess because maybe Josh, I think it was like 10 grand or something. So I guess like Gary threw in like a personal video to him too. And he has this video where Gary's like, you know what? You did good this year, but we all know you can do better, man. You need to step up your game. That's the reason they call you Little Stacks. It was something along those lines, man. It's freaking hilarious.
Oh, wow.
But shout out to Gary for making that shit happen. That's fucking awesome, dude.
You know what's funny, man? Like, I have a love-hate for Gary. Like, I love some of the stuff he says, and then sometimes he just, like, doesn't shut up.
Yeah. Dude, remember that video with Dalio?
Yeah, and I watched it again the other day. I was like, okay, maybe I was just like not feeling Gary Vee that day. And then I watched it and I was like, bro, when I'm not the smartest person in the room, I shut the fuck up. Like Ray is worth billions and
Ray's crushed
billions.
it. Ray's like my idol in life. I love what he's done and what he's talking about, what he's doing. And I love Gary too.
I like Gary too, but he's kind of the one-upper sometimes.
Yeah,
kind of the one-upper. Like, no, I get that. But like, you should listen to what I have to say.
Yeah, that competitive edge. You know what's funny, man? One thing I give Gary like kudos for is he's like, I don't want my kids to be as good as I am. I don't want that.
You want to be better?
No, he wants to be better than his kids as far as like what they do.
Fuck that. I want my kids to take care of me. I want you to be like,
bro, Gary's set. He doesn't need to do shit.
That's true.
He's set. At least that's my assumption. You never know.
I've listened to a lot of Grant Cardone lately. You know,
GC.
I like that guy, you know, and if you just bought a G550 Gulfstream jet, like you're doing big things, you know, like you can't fake that. That's no lease on a Lambo. Like
there's Lambo money and then there's jet money, and jet money is much bigger than Lambo money.
Jet money, like just the maintaining costs on jet.
Yeah.
Like,
just to keep that thing on the ground.
If you got given a jet for free, just to fly that thing, like you got to have stacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. All right. Future is 7-fig. What else we got going on? So we got some more podcasts coming. We're going to try and be more consistent with that. I know we've said that so many times, but like you guys got to understand, like we're trying to grow our stuff over here. Like we're trying to do things. So that's time consuming on its own. The other thing that's a big issue is Tyler is always on the phone. So getting him on a podcast is a very big challenge.
I know. Gabe always wants to do this video thing.
Because I mean, it's better. I'm sure there's
lots it is. No, you got a good point, man. I support it.
Yeah. And then that car thing, you know, I'm in Vancouver right now, so the weather's kind of shit, guys. So it's like, it's tough to do a car interview every week because I'm at the mercy of the rain. But hopefully as the weather gets nicer, we'll start pumping out more of those, because those are actually really fun for me. And I'm sure you guys enjoy them too, because they're car related. So going to be working on that a little bit more. And then, yeah, I think that's pretty much.
Talk about that Facebook targeting tutorial you're going to put together. That sounds great.
Oh yeah. You can go fuck yourself.
Really excited about that.
Yeah. Tyler, just throwing me under the bus. You're going to do this. Okay. Yeah. You're going to come up with that email tutorial too.
I do got some email stuff coming, actually.
Yeah. I got some Facebook stuff coming too. I have like notes on notes of all the things that I have to achieve. And I also have a date here where I have to complete these things by. May 10th is what I'm aiming for.
That's funny. Yeah. And we're going to be talking about more about affiliate marketing stuff, like clean affiliate marketing. If people do black hat, I don't care what you do. But that's not really our game. Yeah. We're all about running clean, not having issues. And we're going to talk about that.
Man.
I think a lot of people do e-commerce because it's something we obviously know a lot about and we talk a lot about. But honestly, affiliate marketing is amazing too. Like I make more money doing that than I do on e-commerce.
Yes. And I found e-commerce is very seasonal. Like,
yeah, at least for us.
Yeah. You can make a good revenue of it or a good business of it throughout the year. But for us, it's definitely a seasonal thing. So
yeah, it's like
that's the other thing. If we don't sell this store, that's cool, because I'm going to come in November, December and beat it up again and then put it away abused.
Yeah.
You know? And then
have that email list and do it all over again.
Do it all
it's
over
a circle
again.
of life.
It's a self-sustaining business at this point.
Yeah.
So, I think that wraps it up. Are we going to try and do this interview for Thursday, Friday with our next guest?
Yeah, Thursday, just because that's just the best day for me to do that.
Are you flexing your guns for the world to see?
I should, right?
Come see how good I look.
There's actually a lot of people in our group. I'm like, man, these guys are freaking huge.
Yeah, I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them.
We've talked about this. You look at a weight and you just grow. You should gotta embrace it, bro. Embrace the beast.
Yeah, but I also look at a sandwich and I just grow. So it's just like it's like a combo, you know?
Yeah, no doubt.
I got that strongman body.
That's right. That's right. That's what you got.
Yeah,
pride.
Without the strength. Woo! All right, so wrap it up here. Subscribe to us on the Tube of You, because we're dropping these on there all the time.
Yeah.
Follow us on IG, because that's important to us. We're trying to build that up right now, guys, because we have found it's more personal than Facebook. And we post way more to it, you know, like it may be my mug all the time, but we're definitely posting to it more. And then our private Facebook group that we're interactive in, like that is basically the best way to get Tyler and I directly.
By the way, there's guys in there who do 7 figures a year, very profitable stores that are responding to your messages outside of us. Yeah. So there's a lot, like, don't only listen to us, listen to other people too. You know, take something from everywhere and see if it works for you. Because if it doesn't work, at least you try, at least you know. If it does work for you, fucking even better. But like, that's one thing that I really appreciate about this group. People are helping each other out. That's badass. And guys who actually know what the fuck they're doing. So like, just because you don't always see us chiming in there, sometimes I'll log in and be like, oh man, like, you know, so-and-so just nailed that. And I know his numbers. I know he's doing well. So
100%.
Yeah. There's some good
also,
stuff in there.
What works for us doesn't always work
translate
for other people, you know?
Absolutely.
There is no wrong way of doing this unless you're making money. Wait. Yeah.
No.
There's no wrong way of doing this if you're making money. Fuck.
Yeah.
Jeez, that was terrible.
I think we understood what you got. We're going with that one.
All right, let's hope. But yeah, and as long as you're not ripping people off and making money, then that's even better too. So,
yeah.
But there is no end all be all for this game. Try everything. Try what other people say. If they're having success too, like just try it all. Test.
Yeah. Get out there. Work it.
Make those moves. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap this up because we've been doing this for a while now. And I think we've covered our grounds here. It's been a good chat.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the time. Subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Yeah, hopefully talk to you end of the week here. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.